Hey everybody, Tyler with Whole Property Management here. Today, we just want to talk to you about a question that we get a lot, something that a lot of people wonder is, hey, should I sell or should I rent my house out? So if you're moving out of your home or, wondering what do I do here, that again, one of the biggest questions we get depends on a few things. The first thing I want to talk about is one of the unique things about rental properties, and a lot of people forget this, that when you rent your property out, someone else is literally paying down the mortgage for you. So every month the tenant is covering, the principal and the interest, and in some cases maybe the tax, or there's even enough margin there that they're covering the maintenance expenditures, all while the property continues to appreciate. So that makes a rental property what we call a self-funding investment vehicle. It's really one of the only vehicles out there that's self-funding. So it's very unique. So you got somebody paying that principal and the interest while the property is appreciating as well, and somebody else is footing the bill. So if the home is in a good area, you got stable demand, and you can be building wealth every month without really adding new cash to the deal. So when does renting make sense? If your mortgage rate is low, today's buyers, they can't get those same rates. Holding the asset that typically produces a good ROI. If your property is gonna cash flow or break even with today's rent, that's great. That may not always be the case. If you've got a pretty high mortgage interest rate, that may not be the case. But if it is, that's a good indicator that you might want to keep that property and rent it. If you believe property values will rise over the next 5 to 10 years, you want to stay in that game. It's a good indicator to keep it. And if you'd really prefer kind of that steady wealth building vehicle over time, rather than a one-time payout, renting is probably for you. So when should I not rent my house? When should I sell it? If you need the equity, you got to have that equity. So you got to have a down payment, or you need to pay off debt because that debt is costing you a lot of money and interest. Selling may be smarter. If the home needs some major repairs before it's rent ready, so you got to put a lot of money into it to get it rent ready, that may not be the best call. It may be a better call to get you another property, rather than putting a huge capital expenditure into one. Now, if it's a remote area that may be hard, there's not a lot of rental demand, that could be an indicator to sell it. And getting a rent estimate is important. So if we're not going to generate enough income to cover some of those costs that we talked about, then it may be better to sell that property. Not every property is a great rental. Typically, middle of the road properties are the best. So if we look, think of properties on a spectrum. Over here on this side, we've got very low end, very cheap properties, and on this end, we've got very luxury oriented, expensive properties. Neither of those tend to perform very well. It's right in the middle that does well. If you're wondering what that means, and more specifically, typically you take the median price of a home in a market. You want to be a little bit below that is the perfect rental. But if your property is worth well over the median value of a property in that market, then its rent ratio, which means its ratio of rent that it will get versus its value, is lower. So you want to be right in the middle there. And if you like the idea of holding on to your property, but you don't want the headaches of dealing with that, that's what Whole PM does. So we're a full A to Z solution for rental property owners. We take care of everything. If you have questions about what we do or what your property would rent for, just give us a call at 720-737-1373.